What's good, Internet? My name is Attack Slug, and welcome to my WWE No Mercy 2017 predictions video. As I film this, it is about 1 p.m. on Thursday, which means, as of right now, they have not announced any pre-show matches. I have 7 matches here on the card, but nothing Suplex City on the pre-show. So, my bold pre-show predictions involved either you have the Drifter, or you have Kurt Hawkins, or you have Titus Brand worldwide, or, you know, some combination of those 3 things. Anyway, moving on. We have 7 matches on this card announced thus far. If anything else gets announced, I've already recorded this video, so whatever. So first and foremost, we have The Miz, and The Miz Taraj versus Jason Jordan for the Intercontinental title. And a lot of folks are wondering, is Jason Jordan ready? He's been a tag champ. Is he ready to hit that mid-card title, or is it still too soon? And honestly, the way I'm looking at the rest of the show, I mean, look, SummerSlam defied a lot of people's predictions because they changed so many titles on that show. I would hope that No Mercy returns to the status quo of not hot potatoing all these belts, make your championship changes mean something. I'm sorry, they aren't belts or titles. Make them mean something. So no, I think The Miz, certainly with The Miz Taraj, how much longer they keep Maurice at ringside is debatable considering she's pregnant, and that's a whole big issue there. But definitely Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel wearing 2 parts of the same outfit. The jacket and the pants is funny. But no, Miz retains. Miz retains. Perhaps we go further into this angle with Jason Jordan and The Miz, but I think for Sunday night, Miz retains. Moving on to the Cruiserweight Championship, we have your champion, the king of the Cruiserweights, Neville, versus the realest guy in the room, Enzo, who got kind of demoted to 205 Live. Now, obviously, one can argue, you need more recognizable names on 205 Live. Ain't nobody watching that show for Neville, although I would, because Neville's awesome. But the mainstream, the wider audience is not really watching that show because, oh, a bunch of guys who can do really cool moves are on it. They're like, no, give us a name we recognize, etc., etc. So, that being said, I think, despite Neville being a world-class wrestler, and Enzo being barely passable these days, obviously floating through on his charisma alone, and then, you know, a metric ton of backstage heat. Metric ton. However, the upset victory, I think, goes to Enzo. And I think that helps you. He might get the Tozawa treatment and, you know, only hold it for a month or until TLC. But F5 to Braun Strowman. But I think that's the direction they seem to be going in. It's like, hey, we're going to give this belt to Enzo, and maybe he'll shape up. Maybe he won't. Maybe he won't. But otherwise, what's the sense in devoting all this TV time to Enzo on 205 and not giving him that crazy upset victory? I don't know. If they're actually trying to elevate that brand and get more folks watching it on the network, I think that is definitely a smart decision. But hey, personally, I'd be much happier if Neville just squashes him like a bug. That'd be great. Anyway, moving on to the what they are phrasing as a man versus man match, which is like 95% of wrestling matches in recorded history are men versus men. Not, you know, men versus women, men versus bears. No, men versus men. I understand it's the whole demon thing. I get it. But still, phrasing it that way just makes it sound silly. Silly. There's Braun with his finisher. And it's that running power slam. Can Braun put... Nope. One each. Anyway, Finn Balor as a man versus Bray Wyatt as a man, instead of, you know, a demon versus a god or whatever. Now, you could make the argument that Bray Wyatt won against Finn Balor the last time they fought man versus man. Then Finn brought out the demon and beat Bray Wyatt at SummerSlam. I think it was SummerSlam, yeah. So, what will their third match be up, you know, considering they've kind of have one-on-one, or 1-and-1 against each other. And again, it's Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt, the eater of pinfalls, where it is way more shocking when Bray Wyatt actually follows through on his threats and wins a match. So I'm going to say Finn Balor all the way. Now, where does Finn go after that? Who knows? Hopefully not stuck in the Bray Wyatt feud, as the rumor is that Triple H not happy with Finn's current placement on the Raw roster. So, there you go. Finn Balor. Moving on to your tag team titles. You have your champions, Dirty Dean Ambrose and Seth freaking Rollins versus Sheamus and Cesaro. And this is another match where it's been like, alright, they've just been kind of spinning their wheels on this feud for a little bit, and they kind of, involved the Hardys a bit here and there, and the Good Brothers, the Club, bit here and there, but I see no reason, unless you were looking to either have Ambrose and Rollins feud with each other again, or conversely move Rollins back into the title scene. I see no reason to have Cesaro and Sheamus win. Oh, a slap! Win those belts back from Rollins and Ambrose. So I say Rollins and Ambrose retain their titles, and Sheamus and Cesaro go do something. I don't even know what, but something. Because I don't know what's, there's kind of a dearth of tag teams because the Revival are injured once again. So, continuing on our title quest. So many matches are for belts here because there aren't that many matches on this card. Alexa Bliss, your Raw Women's Champion, is in a 5-pack challenge versus Sasha Banks, versus Bayley, versus Nia Jax, versus Emma, who doesn't do the Emma thing anymore. And they changed the music. I can't even make the I can't even do it anymore. It's a damn shame. I think that this match is pretty much your entire Raw Women's division at the moment because no one is ready for Asuka, and she isn't there yet. But I feel like this match is designed to make everybody look good except for Emma, and have Emma take the pinfall. And just because of the organized chaos, I think it is very likely that Alexa Bliss manages to retain her title in this women's match. I don't see any reason why she shouldn't. But you know what? They've definitely gone a bunch of different directions with that belt. It has definitely been hot potatoed all over the place in the last year or so. And so it wouldn't surprise me to see Nia get it. It wouldn't surprise me to see Sasha get it. It wouldn't surprise me to see Bayley get it. But right now it seems like they're so high on Alexa Bliss that, it will most likely be Alexa pinning Emma. Now, there's your other shocker. If you really wanted to shock the world, then you would have Emma win the belt, and then have her continue to crow and crow and crow from the rooftops about how she deserves it because she started the women's revolution, and then cue the returning Paige to come get the belt off of Emma. That would make the most storyline sense. Would they actually do that? I have my doubts. Heyman's freaking out because Braun Strowman just beat that Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. Braun! He's so happy. He's so happy. So I'm calling Alexa, but it's a 5-way, so those things are really almost impossible to accurately predict. Anyway, man versus man. It's John Cena, Roman Reigns. Arguably the two biggest names in the company right now, going head-to-head at a B-tier Raw pay-per-view. Not even a co-branded, not even one of the big four. No, it's going to be on No Mercy because John Cena is going to film Transformers. Or he's going to film that Transformers spin-off movie at some point pretty soon, is my understanding. So we had a lot of matches. We had Cena and Nakamura, and we had Cena and Strowman, and things are getting out of the way before he leaves and goes to do stuff. And the biggest of which being Cena and Roman. And the idea, supposedly, is to get Roman back over with the fans. The same fans who've been booing Roman for the past, 3 years now? Just about. So, as we've seen with these meta, fourth wall, whatever promos, it's not working. People are cheering John Cena more. They're only cheering Roman when he curses, which is Alright, sure. Attitude Era, you guys. So, I think it's pretty clear that if they're continuing to push Roman Reigns into the main event of WrestleMania for his 4th year in a row, and trying to coronate Roman Reigns for the 4th year in a row, that it would make sense that Roman Reigns wins here and beats the prior Golden Boy, the prior corporately created stooge in John Cena. That's just the circle of life is spinning and spinning and spinning. So why wouldn't it be Roman Reigns? Especially if John Cena is going to film Bumblebee. Like, that seems like, why would he win here? Now, I could be wrong on the timing and the scheduling, but I have my doubts. We'll see Cena at TLC next month, and then maybe he's back for Survivor Series, or maybe not. Who knows? But part-time guy gonna part-time go do his Hollywood shtick and, you know, make more money for less wear and tear on the body. Can't blame the guy, really. He's been doing this pretty strong for 15 years, so, you know, there's that. But I think we'll see Roman Reigns win here. And do these two have the ability to somehow, over the course of the match, get the fans on the side of Roman Reigns? I have my doubts. I have my doubts. But it's wrestling. Anything is possible in wrestling. So never write any possibility out of the equation, because it's still wrestling. So, Cena, your job on Sunday, make Roman look strong. Anyway, your main event, the Universal Championship. Your current champion, the part-timer, Brock Lesnar. Your challenger, the monster among men, Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman, the one man in this company who actually has gotten the best booking of anybody in the past 12 months, Braun Strowman. The constant highlight of Raw with his incredibly cartoonish feats of strength, Braun Strowman. If you spent this long building and building and building and building and building Braun Strowman, and you have him lose to Brock Lesnar here, what sense does that make? Now, whether or not you think Braun Strowman is ready to be the top champion on the show is debatable. I'm just saying, from a booking perspective, you've done what you wanted to do to Roman, and even though he's a heel, fans love Braun Strowman. He's awesome. He does awesome stuff. So even if he's saying that he's, you know, a bad guy and doing bad guy stuff, his actions are awesome, which is what you should have been doing with Roman for a long time now. And it's just not working because you keep having him talk too much, and he's not very good at that, clearly. I think we are just about due here, considering we had 2 shows in a row from Lesnar. We had SummerSlam and we have No Mercy. It's just about time for another Lesnar vacation. Just about. I don't expect to see Lesnar at TLC, even if TLC is in his hometown of Minneapolis. He lives in Canada now. Anyway. So yeah, I'm going Braun. I think that you put the belt on Braun, and then you have Triple H is not happy. I'll do it myself. But whose side is he on? Cena's. You put the belt on Braun, and then you can have your rematch with Lesnar at, say, Survivor Series or the Royal Rumble, you know, and then, because if you want to have the belt back on Brock in order to have Brock and Reigns again at Mania, you can put the belt on Braun for a few months and see how it goes. Because, again, the fans love Braun Strowman. He does cool stuff. Same reason when Brock was trying to be a heel and doing cool stuff, you're going to cheer Brock just because he's a badass. That's just kind of how it works. So, that being said, fingers crossed, they put the belt on the Monster Among Men, and the Monster Era begins on Raw. And then, hey, at least you would have your champion actually on the show every week. How's that for a change? Anyway, let's see if Cena can get the job done here against Roman, and then wrap up this predictions video. Going for that attitude adjustment. Again, onto the chair. Onto that solid steel chair that has to do it. Triple H is psyched. Psyched. And Roman kicks out. Because of course he does. Anyway, I'm Attack Slug. Thanks for watching. More videos every day. See you next time. Right here on this channel. And I'm out.